You have probably seen this face on t-shirts, posters, flags, and murals around the world. For millions, he is a symbol of revolution. For others, he represents violence and political extremism. Few people in modern history have divided opinion as much as Ernesto Che Guevara. How did an Argentine doctor become one of the most recognizable revolutionaries in history? To understand the legend, we must travel back to Argentina in 1928. Ernesto Guevara was born on June 14, 1928, in Rosario, Argentina. Despite suffering from severe asthma throughout his childhood, he loved sports, reading, and adventure. He studied medicine, believing he could help people. But everything changed during a motorcycle journey across South America. He witnessed extreme poverty, political corruption, exploitation of workers, and vast inequality. Those experiences transformed his worldview. He began believing that medicine alone could not solve society's deepest problems. In 1955, Che met a young Cuban revolutionary, Fidel Castro, in Mexico City. Castro planned to overthrow the dictatorship of Fulgencio Batista in Cuba. Che joined the movement, not as a politician, but as a doctor. Soon, he became a fighter, a military strategist, and one of Castro's closest allies. In 1956, 82 revolutionaries sailed aboard the yacht Granma. Most never survived the landing. The survivors escaped into Cuba's Sierra Maestra Mountains. From there, the Cuban Revolution began. For nearly 3 years, Che Guevara fought alongside Fidel Castro's forces, using guerrilla warfare. Small groups repeatedly defeated much larger government troops. Che earned a reputation for discipline, determination, and fearless leadership. In late 1958, his forces captured the city of Santa Clara. The victory proved decisive. On January 1, 1959, Fulgencio Batista fled Cuba. The Cuban Revolution had succeeded. Che Guevara became one of its most famous heroes. After the revolution, Che held several senior positions within Cuba's new government. He helped oversee economic reforms, land redistribution, and industrial policies. But this period remains one of the most controversial chapters of his life. Revolutionary tribunals sentenced many former officials and opponents. Some were executed. Supporters argue these were trials for crimes committed under the previous dictatorship. Critics argue the proceedings often lacked due process and resulted in political executions. These events remain central to the debate over Che Guevara's legacy. Che believed the Cuban Revolution should inspire revolutions worldwide. He left Cuba to support revolutionary movements abroad. First in the Congo, then in Bolivia. But conditions were far more difficult. Local support remained limited. Government forces, assisted by international intelligence, tracked his small guerrilla force. The campaign slowly collapsed. On October 8, 1967, Che Guevara was captured by the Bolivian army. The following day, he was executed. He was only 39 years old. His death shocked supporters across the world. For many, he became a martyr. For others, his death marked the end of a failed revolutionary campaign. Yet his image was only beginning its global journey. Today, Che Guevara's famous portrait, created by photographer Alberto Corda, is one of the most reproduced images in history. His face appears on clothing, books, murals, and political demonstrations across the globe. To some, he represents courage, resistance, and sacrifice. To others, he symbolizes authoritarian revolution, political violence, and failed economic ideas. More than half a century after his death, Che Guevara remains one of history's most debated figures. Whether remembered as a hero, a revolutionary, or a controversial leader, one thing is undeniable: very few individuals have left such a lasting mark on modern political history.